Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. So, Bud Light is delivering on their promise to triple their marketing budget with hopes that they could find a couple fools that would accept their money and boost the Anheuser brand, Bud Light, with their clout, right? They tried to partner with Harley Davidson for the can, trying to get some Harley clout. Now, here they are once again in this article from the Post Millennial. Washington Commanders face backlash after reboot of Bud Light partnership. So, if you guys have been keeping up on my Bud Light videos, you know my theory is that the brand is going to take a huge hit at the end of the baseball season, just due to the fact that they're selling Bud Light and Budweiser for half the cost of every other beer in the place. So I went to a Tampa Bay Rays game there I think it was the beginning of July, end of June, and I quickly realized that the Bud Light and Budweisers were all $5, where literally every other beer in the place was $11 or more. So I mean, less than half. And of course, everybody's walking around with two cans in their hand because of the price, right? It was like a 2-for-1. And so the conclusion I drew from that was that Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch are being propped up by sheer volume of baseball games and the fact that Major League Baseball games play every day pretty much, and there's like 32 teams, 16 games a day, roughly 7 days a week, minus days off. But that's a lot of beer. So when you think about it, that's going to be huge volume loss for them at the end of the baseball season, and dollars basically. And so my hypothesis is that their sales volume and their sales period are going to go down at the end of the baseball season, right? Long story long. But as baseball rounds up, you're going to have football and basketball start up. And so they're going to try to supplement that loss from baseball season onto the football season. And here's the beginning of it as the Washington Commanders face backlash after reboot of the Bud Light partnership. This one from the Post Millennial. So let's check this one out. While beer brand Bud Light continues to face boycotts for partnering with controversial TikTok influencer Mulvaney, the Washington Commanders football team, formerly known as the Redskins, renewed its partnership to officially be a beer sponsor for the team, causing backlash from fans. In a press release announcing the multi-year deal, President of the Washington Commanders, Jason Wright, said, "We are thrilled to partner with Anheuser-Busch again to create a new and improved experience for Commanders fans." Now, I don't know what all Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light have in store for Commanders fans other than half-price beers to undercut the competition, which they're all still overpriced, don't get me wrong, and bad for you. Beer is bad for you. Bringing Anheuser-Busch back to FedEx Field as a partner not only reflects their confidence in our organization, but also their commitment to our fans, who are the most loyal in the NFL, he continued. More importantly, we are pleased to have a partner who shares our commitment to giving back and to supporting our military as we continue to expand engagement programs locally for first responders and families of fallen soldiers. And that's been kind of a corporate line that's been going out from Anheuser-Busch, as they're really trying to remind everybody that they support the military. In a post on X, the Commander showed a video of players and fans enjoying a game with a caption that read, "Reunited with Bud Light." Now that is easy to celebrate. Well, it is for some people. It's like that old joke, let me know you're woke without telling me you're woke. Well, they're partnering with Bud Light in the name of ESG and DEI, which they're trying to rebrand right now. So don't be fooled. Be on the lookout. Just an FYI. But continuing, a man named Eunice Davison, who serves as president of the Native American Guardians Association, was one of many who criticized the move. He said in a statement, "Given the fact the woke cancel culture commanders are so hell-bent on trying to erase history and discriminate against Native Americans, it makes sense they have just given the middle finger to all Americans with the announcement of Bud Light as their official partner." I love it. So this man, who serves as the president of the Native American Guardians Association, is saying that changing the name from Redskins to Commanders is the actual discrimination against Native Americans. You see in this tweet right here, or this X post, whatever you want to call it nowadays. Tweet's so much easier. I don't know why they went and changed the name. Breaking, NAGA President Eunice Davidson issues statement following Commanders' announcement of Bud Light as partner. Which is funny because this says Davidson and it's been saying Davison without the D in the article. So I'm not sure which one is right now. So pardon me if I say it wrong, sir. The woke cancel culture loving Commanders have no intention of respecting America and instead are pushing their own DEI agenda against their own consumers. Outrage shown in the Reclaim the Redskins petition, added Davison. One ex-user said, "This has got to be the worst marketing move ever." The user continued, "Here I thought the new ownership was going to do things differently. Nope, right back to the same backward thinking." The Redskins actually found a brand in more trouble than they are to repartner with, another user said. And let's check out this other article real fast while we're on the topic. Native American group calls on the Washington Commanders to revert to Redskins. Launching petition to put an end to cancel culture. Cannot erase history. This one's from the Daily Mail. A Native American group has called on the Washington Commanders to revert back to the Redskins to put an end to cancel culture. I love it. Sounds great. I grew up with it being the Washington Redskins. I love the symbol. I love the name. I thought it was fine. The organization, which was renamed the Redskins since it played in Boston in 1933, rebranded as the Commanders last year after pushback to the original name after its offensive connotations for Native Americans. Well, you know what's funny is I don't believe any of that pushback to change the name from Redskins was actually coming from Native Americans. If I remember correctly, most of it was coming from white liberals. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but if I remember correctly, it might not have been the same Native American organization, NAGA, but there was another group of Native Americans petitioning at the time to save it. So it might have been the same group. I don't know. But I remember that being ironic and funny, and this was before I really started paying close attention to politics. I was more just paying attention to the sports thing. And I thought it was dumb as a Chiefs fan and a Royals fan who plays against the Cleveland Indians, which I believe they changed their name now too. I don't know. I just thought it was dumb at the time. But however, just a year on from the debut of the Commanders' name, the Native American Guardian Association has launched a petition to reclaim the Redskins' name. The petition was designed to promote our history, put an end to cancel culture, and reclaim the name Redskins. Already has more than 80,000 signatures according to the group. We invite all Americans to stand up for the dignity of every American under assault in today's increasingly nonsensical culture wars, the petition says. This line in the sand moment reinforces undeniable history of the Native American assisting the foundation of America. The Native American principles used by the Founding Fathers in the U.S. Constitution and every American's right to the First and 14th Amendment and not to be targets of cancel culture or ESG. This is not a simple left or right issue for Americans. It reaches across the political spectrum dating back to our Founding Fathers. The Native American Guardian Association stands up for and is not only fighting back to preserve key elements of American history and the First and 14th Amendment, NAGA is fighting for civil liberties of every American. Americans see they are losing their rights because of a vicious cancel culture that shows little care for their concerns or civil liberties. It is time to support leaders, brands, and organizations who will stand with every American rather than fighting against them. I will say that if you agree with this association as far as preserving American history and the First and 14th Amendment and their fight for civil liberties for every American, maybe not go to a game. Maybe not watch their games even. If you're a fan, I know that's hard to do for your home team, but sometimes it's just what you got to do to make changes, right? Their partnership with Bud Light, this decision to change their team name, they're definitely serving the DEI, ESG overlords And as free thinking, freedom loving Americans, we don't support that. And so we should stand on our principles and pick a better brand, right? Nowadays, with all the technology, you don't necessarily have to be a fan of the local team, which I know that's more fun typically, but it's not fun to root for a bunch of losers who support loser things. And that's what the Commanders seem to be doing right now. And I thought Daisy was going to bark. And if you agree with that, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. That was Daisy.